Students, now I will go for the module 21. If you remember when I discussed the theory with you that there was installment versus hire. So now I will make an example through which you can understand that how the decision can be taken, right? So if you remember the theory, what happens in case of installment? When you are paying the installment, your outflow is related to a particular year, right? And that should be multiplied by the present value factor. And whenever in case of installment payment, you can enjoy the depreciation. But when you hired an asset, you won't get depreciation because you are not owning the asset, right? So you see the problem. First, Y Limited, they wish to acquire a machine. Cost is 1 lakh, 5 years life. Now I have intentionally taken that 1 lakh and 5 years same because I won't calculate tax benefit on depreciation separately because that has already been calculated. On 1/5/18, once again I am telling, be very sure about that when you are paying. Are you paying at the beginning or are you paying at the closing? That's very important because according to that your multiplicative factor will change. The company has 3 options. What are those options? They can directly pay the entire amount immediately, or they can pay by 5 equal installment for which they are not to pay any interest. Once again starting from 1/5, the starting date, or they can purchase by payment of higher charges. I don't think it is a purchase, they can acquire. They can acquire by payment of higher charges of rupees 22,000 per annum for 5 years, once again starting from 1/5/18. And you are given rate of depreciation, additional depreciation, rate of tax, rate of discount and the annuity factor. Now you have to advise the company, that is what should they do? Should they go for A or B or C? Now see the solution. Now tax benefit of depreciation, I have already in the case study I calculated 16,879, you know how to calculate it. Now with that I move into the evaluation of the options. Now option A, you are to pay immediately. So what is the cost of the machine? 1 lakh. Tax benefit is 16,879. So your cash outflow is 83,121. Over. Now in the second case, you are paying by installment, right? Now what happens? You are paying installment at the beginning. So first installment you are paying on 1/5/18, then 1/5/19, 1/5/20, 1/5/21, 1/5/22, like that. So you are paying at the beginning. So what will happen? That in this case, your flow is the same. 1 lakh in 5 equal installment means each installment is 20,000. So when the flow is same, I can use the concept of the annuity. But now the concept is not the earlier one, the 3.79. Now it will be different because the first one you are paying on the opening date. So that will be multiplied by 1 and then the followed by Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5, right? So if you add those, you are getting 3.169. So total annuity is initial year 1 and the balance 4 years, 3.1. You add it in your home, 0.909, 0.826, 0.751, 0.683, you will add up and you will get 3.169. So it is 4.169. So what is the present value of installment paid? 20,000 into 4.169, it comes to 83,380. And since you are paying by installment, that means you are acquiring the asset. So there will be a tax benefit on depreciation. So that is given 16,879. So we are getting the present value of cash outflow 66,501. Now the higher charges. So in case of higher charges, what happens? You are paying the higher charges 22,000 once again on the beginning of the year, right? So you know that in case of higher charges, what happens? You are making a savings, right? In case of depreciation, what happens? In case of depreciation, there is no flow. You might raise a question, yes sir, in depreciation you are multiplied by only the tax rate. But in case of interest and higher charges, you are multiplied by 1 minus tax rate. Why this is so? Because in case of interest and higher charges, there are both flow and the tax benefit. So I have to compute the net flow, right? But in case of depreciation, there is no flow. It's only the tax benefit. So I am multiplied by T. But in case of the other items where there is a flow and the tax benefit, I need to compute the net flow, right? Net flow means gross flow minus tax benefit, which is the net flow. So you are saving 30.9%. That means your net flow is 69.1. So 22,000 into 1 minus 30.9%, whatever the value, that is multiplied by 4.169, because the flow is the same. You will appreciate that higher charges 22,000, same for each year. So I get 63,377. So now what should be the conclusion? It's simple. Wherever the present value of outflow is the minimum, that should be the option. And here the present value is the minimum in case of higher charges. So I think our solution should be the company should go for the higher charges, right?